On the way back from Universal Studios Japan, USJ, I was looking for an inexpensive and conveniently located internet cafe near the station, and I thought a Precio around Osaka Station was the best option, so I headed there. A guest house was also an option, but the check-in closed at 10 p.m., so I couldn't use it this time. USJ closes at 10 p.m. after all. When I looked up internet cafes on Wikipedia, it said they are paid restaurants where you can use computers with internet access. That's not wrong, but I don't use internet cafes to use computers. I go there to read manga since they have a manga selection, or as a place to stay overnight. In internet cafes, you pay based on usage time. Prices vary depending on the room type, but this time I used a mixed-gender booth seat. Booth seats are semi-private, separated by partitions, though the top is open, so if you try hard enough, you can see the seat next to you. Not that I did. I chose a 2,100 yen package for use from 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. the next day. Aprecio is a chain of internet cafes, but since it was my first time there, I filled out a form with my personal information for a new membership registration. Foreign visitors can also use it if they have ID, like a passport. However, people under 18 can't use private rooms without a guardian present. It might be hard to tell from the video, but the room was really spacious. I'm 155 centimeters tall, and I could comfortably lie down. It would still be comfortable for someone up to around 165 centimeters, maybe just fitting at 170 centimeters. You could easily roll over too. One thing to be careful about is that the door has no lock and has an open gap at the bottom. I haven't seen any internet cafes with locked doors for mixed-gender booths like these, so I keep valuables with me when leaving the seat. There are also some free lockers, though availability is limited. If you pay a bit more, there's a completely private net room with a lock, which I think would be a better option. They even have net rooms exclusively for women. Access to these rooms is restricted by a key card to that area. These rooms are apparently larger than booth seats, so if you're concerned about space, that might be the way to go. The room has a lockable safe and outlets. They apparently have food service, but it was temporarily unavailable. They also had amenities and snacks at the front desk, though they were a bit pricey. Free drinks. There were a lot of options, but since I only drink tea or water, I just had the hot green tea, which was really hot. Free soft serve. I didn't mean to serve myself so much. It was delicious, but it made me cold. I was glad I had warm tea. I couldn't find the keyboard or mouse, so I ended up watching TV. I briefly wondered if it was a computer controlled by channel buttons, but of course, it wasn't. After switching to TV mode, I realized the sound was leaking from the headphones because the volume was set to 70. There must have been someone actually using it at that volume. As for the keyboard and mouse, it turned out they were on a sliding table underneath. The cups have cute illustrations on them, with 6 designs. But since you have to use a new cup every time you get a refill, it felt a bit wasteful. I had to throw them away though. Also, you can hear all the daily sounds around, so that's something to note. Besides normal sounds, this was my third time staying at an internet cafe, and every single time I could hear people engaging in self-pleasure. This doesn't necessarily mean that this place has bad security. It might be common in internet cafes in general. There are even internet cafes designed specifically for that. Users can watch adult videos for free on PCs, and there's a trash can. I don't remember if there were tissues, though. There are even places where you can watch adult videos in VR. They even rent VR headsets. At first, I didn't realize what those sounds were. I thought someone was snapping their tongue really fast, but after a while, I realized, oh, that might be it. So, if you're sensitive to sounds, you might want to be cautious. Even so, I choose the booth seat because it's cheaper. Net rooms cost around 3,000 yen for 9 hours. Since I'm mostly sleeping during my usage time, I end up going for this option. And I'm a heavy sleeper, so sounds don't usually wake me up. Anyway, I wipe down the mat with disinfectant wipes. The staff does clean after customers leave, but I still do it just in case. One thing to be aware of with the net rooms is that you can't bring the drinks or soft serve provided by the cafe into your room. It seems like it's okay for booth seats, though. There's a note asking net room users to use the dining area near the front desk for food and drinks. However, you are allowed to bring in food you brought yourself. Many internet cafes allow outside food and drinks. Oh, this place spans floors 4 through 6. The restroom is on the 4th and 5th floors. Free drinks are on the 4th and 6th floors. The shared bathroom is on the 4th floor, and the women's bathroom is on the 5th floor. Net rooms are located on the 5th floor, and booth seats are on the 6th floor. The elevator looks so hidden that it almost feels like a secret door. I think the doors on the other floors looked similar. I must have passed by it about 4 times. I woke up around 6:30 and left at 7:30. Even in daylight, Osaka feels like Osaka. I brushed my teeth in the bathroom. There was a free toothbrush in the amenities by the restroom and a free sanitary pad per person, though most amenities in internet cafes are paid, so it's better to bring your own. There was also a paid shower room and laundry. When I got to Osaka Station, I realized I was about to face the rush hour, which I'm not used to. As I braced myself to ride the wave of people, I saw a sign pointing to the JR station and just went with the flow. I noticed that the station name on the sign wasn't Osaka Station, which made me worry for a moment. But since it was still JR, I kept going with a, well, it should be fine mentality. Thankfully, I arrived at Osaka Station without a hitch. Luckily, I quickly found the Osaka Loop line and got back into the flow. I learned yesterday about the inner and outer loop lines, so I was careful with that too. And I finally made it to Universal Studios Japan. The plan this time was to see the Hollywood Dream, the ride, and the Pokemon Jumping Halloween event in the morning, since it was supposed to rain in the afternoon. A typhoon is approaching, so the weather's been poor all week. Because of this, it felt like there were fewer people than usual.